Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the DFS experience for Monday, May 23rd. We got our Eastern Conference Finals showdown. This slate's going to be dependent on who's playing. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 questionable players, 7 questionable players, key players. Each and every one of them are key players. They're all starters except for Hero. So, something we definitely got to pay attention to. We're going to start from the top. Actually, what am I talking about? We're going to start from the top. Now Tatum after a bad game usually follows it up with a good game. So I'm looking for him to have a bounce back game at home. So I love Tatum. Butler, last I saw Butler, he was limping. I don't know how he's going to play a playoff game in 2 days after he was just limping. So that's something we need to pay attention to. Also, with Tatum, he's questionable because there's something wrong with his net. If you saw the game, you saw where he went down. And Tatum is probable for Monday game 4 due to right cervical nerve impingement. Okay, so that's what I thought it was when he was holding his, neck and the shoulder area. And, he went to the bat. He was in discomfort. And then he came back in the game. He went through a screen and he used his shoulder. He led with his shoulder, the same shoulder that looked like the same side that it was hurting, because it looked like his shoulder. We didn't know it was the neck nerve area or whatever. So he went through the screen with the shoulder on the side that he had discomfort in. And Jeff Van Gundy said, "Oh, wow, it's amazing how his shoulder healed so quickly," insinuating that he was faking. Back to my comments about Mark Jackson and Van Gundy just saying anything. And that's crazy. I don't know if any of you ever been hurt playing a sport or whatever, but laughing at people when they're hurt or in discomfort or mocking them, that's ugly. A lot of us that play DFS, we talk shit when our player get bounced out the game, but it's due to us. It's due to us not being able to fulfill our DFS lineups. We're not laughing at them being hurt or mocking them. Nobody does that. We're just saying, damn, our parlay is messed up or our lineup is messed up. Then we go on to the next day. But to insinuate Tatum was faking a shoulder injury in the Eastern Conference Finals, come on. So, like I said, those guys are bums. They're bozos. They're fat and out of shape, and they just sit there and talk crazy. That stood out to me because I'm like, even if Tatum came back in the game, why would you mock him? Why would he fake an injury to go in the back and then come back? Like, what sense does that make? People are clowns. All right, back to Tatum. I love Tatum. Butler's going to be hard to play, even if he's cleared, because he was just limping. How can you go from limping to being a top fantasy producer? Is he going to be out there to do what? To be I don't know what he's going to go out there and do if his knee's not working. So, Butler might have to be a fade for me, even though he is Miami's top fantasy producer. Jaylen Brown, I don't know if you guys watched the game, but you saw what I've been telling you about Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown is not a 2. Jaylen Brown is a 1. Jaylen Brown is a top guy. Jaylen Brown is an elite guard. Jaylen Brown gives 0 fucks about what's going on. He plays his role next to Tatum very well. And when Tatum went down, he went off. And when Tatum came back in the game, he should have gave the ball to Brown and got out of his way. That's how good Brown was that game. And 2 things with Boston. They need to slow down. Marcus Smart needs to slow down and stop thinking he's better than everyone else, because he's not better than Tatum and Brown. Tatum needs to slow down after a bad play and stop and not try to make up for it in 2 seconds. And the whole team needs to stop. They play like they're playing for D'Antoni with that 7 second offense. Like, bro, relax. You know, set your play up. Get everybody. Tatum gets the ball. He's running into 4 heat. Jaylen Brown gets the ball. They're running into 4 heat. Marcus Smart gets the ball. He's throwing it into the crowd. They're a better team. All they have to do is play within their offense, listen to their coach, and let the game come to them. Marcus Smart is not a natural point guard. Marcus Smart is an off guard. It's showing. You know what I'm saying? It's showing because it's his job to get the team in line. It's his job to get the players where where they need to be for that play. And he's just taking the ball and doing whatever. And you could clearly see it. And Miami's taking advantage of it. Lowry, Oladipo, the wings on Miami are taking advantage of them, stealing the ball and getting open threes. And that's why they're losing. So hopefully their coach could calm them down, and we should have a closer game come tomorrow. Marcus Smart, he's gonna play. He's tough. He doesn't if he could walk, he's gonna play. So Marcus Smart's gonna play. He's a good play. Bam said it himself in his post-game interview with Malika Andrews. He said he wasn't doing his part on the team, and he's absolutely right. He wasn't doing it. Their center is 6'8". Bobby Williams is 6'8". Bam should be destroying them on the boards. He's you got Al Horford and Bobby Williams as your bigs, and I'm not saying anything negative about them, but they're not Gobert and Tim Duncan. You can out rebound them. He should be killing them. He should be killing them in the paint also. You know what I'm saying? So if you think Miami's gonna win, and especially if there's no Butler, Bam should be in a lot of your lineups, and you could even put him in the captain spot. Horford, I like Horford, and I love him if there's no Bobby Williams. Strus is the new Tyler Hero because he's hitting all his shots, and he's been the star. He's been the third guy. To me, he's been the third guy outside of Butler and Bam. He's been better than Hero. Lowry, he's been better than the ghost of Lowry. Oladipo's still working his way up, so Strus is number 3, and nobody's taking his spot. Lowry, I guess he's in play. It's a showdown slate, but he's just been a mess. Bobby Williams is a mess too. Tyler Hero, if there's no Lowry, Hero takes a bump up. Derek White is absolute trash. I thought he was good on the Spurs. I don't know why I thought that. I don't know, if he did play well on the Spurs, I forgot, because when I see Derek White, I see a scrub. Grant Williams is going to be Grant Williams. He's gonna make the dirty plays, hit the open shots, and get a few rebounds and steals. So Grant Williams is always in play. 39 minutes, 20 fantasy points. He's gonna play a lot of minutes. So if you think you're gonna get that game where he's gonna sit on the wing, sit in the corner, and just hit 10 open, 7, 8, 9 open threes, play him. More than likely that won't happen, but he's always in play. Peyton Pritchard, the true backup point guard for Boston, he's always in play. He definitely takes advantage of whatever minutes he gets and go to work. 30 minutes, 32 fantasy points. 17 minutes, 26 fantasy points. 23 minutes, 18 fantasy points. 13 minutes, 9 fantasy points. So, listen, Pritchard ain't scared to shoot. Pritchard ain't scared of the moment. Pritchard comes in and it's guns blazing. So, I like Pritchard. If Lowry starts, I'm not touching Gabe Vincent. Oladipo's in play. PJ Tucker has been amazing for Miami. And after PJ Tucker, You could look at Dedmon as your backup big, your backup center. They did play Caleb in some substantial minutes, but that's very scary because of all the wings on Miami. 10 minutes. That's substantial for him. 18 minutes in the first game. Not in the first game, but in the second game. So at $1,000, if you're getting 18 minutes, that's a great bargain. Cause now that allows you to plug in whoever you want to play. But you just got to be mindful that he's gonna play very few minutes, and now his price went up to 2,100. So back then it was cool. Now his price is up. I don't know if you could really play him in Daniel Tice. He started, not sure why. Played 11 minutes, 5 fantasy points. If you play Daniel Tice, you were buried. So with all that being said, definitely looking at Tatum for a bounce back game. Looking at Bam to continue to pull his weight. Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown is equivalent to Donovan Mitchell. When you think about Donovan Mitchell and what he does on Utah, I want you to think about Jaylen Brown right next to him, because that's how good he is. Jaylen Brown is not a 2. Jaylen Brown is not, a 2 on somebody else's team. He's a 1. That's how good he is. I don't have nothing else to say about Jaylen Brown. Yeah, he's gonna have games where he doesn't shoot efficient because he's a shooting guard. That's what they do, and he's gonna have games like last night when he just doing too much too quick and trying to do everything. Yeah, but that's gonna happen. That's what shooting guards do. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna kill him for having when he has bad shooting games. He's gonna have bad shooting games as long as he shoots, because that's his job. He's a shooting guard. So Tatum, Bam, Jaylen Brown. For our value, Lowry 66, Strus. What did I leave us with? 46.50. Yeah, you can figure that out. You could make this work. Tatum, Bam, Brown, Strus. If there's no Butler, they're gonna need Strus. They're gonna need Bam. And if there's no Lowry, they're gonna need Hero. So there's a lot of ways that this lineup could break depending on who's in and who's out. So that's what we're waiting for. Right, we're going to jump to FanDuel. If you're new here, subscribe, hit the bell, thumbs up. If you are having trouble with building winning lineups, you could DM me on Twitter for a day pass. I'll send you out NBA lineups, MLB main slate, and I could also hook you up with a week pass, which will bring you to June 1st. So if you want a week pass, you want lineup sent to you, you don't have time to do research and watch games, and especially with baseball. Baseball is a little bit tricky because the thing with baseball is that you want to catch players that are hot. Like you want to play Trevor Story, you want to play Aaron Judge. So baseball's a bit tricky, but like I have. If you've been watching this, I have projections and I can hook you up a lineup. So day pass available, week pass available. DM me on Twitter. FanDuel, I'm going to stick to my script. I'm going Tatum. I'm going Bam. If there's no Butler, Bam is definitely will be in my one of my top three spots. MVP, star, or pro. So we're going Bam. If I play Jaylen Brown, it's not gonna let me be cute. Let me see. Actually, it will. So if I play Jaylen Brown, I can still play who I want to play. And you got to think, if Jimmy Butler does not play, and you're gonna have a lot of lineups with Tatum and Bam and Jaylen Brown. So if there's no Butler, start thinking outside the box and start thinking about how you're gonna get your lineup different. Because on showdown slates, it's easy to make a good lineup, but then you're chopping, first and second plates with thousands and thousands of people. You know what I'm saying? That makes no sense. So pay attention to news, think outside the box, and good luck to you. And that's all I got for you tonight. So I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. All right, have a good night. Ciao.